Hello everybody, and today I'll be making a video about Genshin Impact and Tower of Fantasy. So the thing is, I'm gonna be looking at some pros and cons, and I'll also talk about a critical point about Genshin. If you like the video, please like and subscribe, and well, please enjoy. Okay, so here's the first question. Is Genshin pay to win? According to gamingsection.net, it's not. Genshin Impact is not pay to win. It is a story-focused, largely single-player game. Multiplayer in the game is co-op only. Players can buy new, better characters and weapons by Players can buy new, better characters and weapons by spending some hard-earned cash. But it's not like the game is not fun without spending any money. Right. Ignore this. Completely. It's two completely different freaking games. Besides, is Genshin Impact not pay to win? Overall, the game is still free to play. I agree, it's free to play. Some premium features are to be expected to allow the game to make revenue. If you're on the fence, give it a try, whatever. So here's my problem with this, okay? They even take it up here. My problem is there's microtransactions in the game, and they're basically even saying, oh, it's paid to win. But it's not. It's not pay to win, but you can buy better characters and weapons by spending cash. How is that not freaking pay to win? Okay, let's continue. So gacha games are known for being expensive, but these 10 don't require you to spend money in order to enjoy the game. Ah, I see what you did there. Enjoy. Alright. Microtransactions do not automatically make a game pay to win. Yes, it does. Almost in all freaking cases. The only cases where it doesn't apply is if you can buy skins only, or you can buy like storage only. Crap like that, okay? And storage only is borderline pay to win. Like borderline. It's the features of the game itself that decide that. Shut the fuck up. Oh, is Black Desert pay to win? Let's see what you say. This is one of the most pay to win games there is. Okay. Most of the items offered in the shop are for aesthetics and other truly. Shut the fuck up. Is it too late? No. Is Genshin Impact grindy? So you remember, like, when I said that they will address the microtransactions? Here is one of the points. To be fair, the gearing system is alright, since the main stat can be all good, since they are already scaling by percentage. True. The problem lies with the original resin or energy system in the game. No, the freaking problem does not originate in this. You could play the freaking game for 40 hours, and you still wouldn't make any real progress, even if this wasn't the actual, like, the system incorporated in the game. That slows down your progress in getting these, Until they fix that issue of energy scarcity, it is extremely grindy for now. Calm yourself. Okay, look. Genshin is grindy, but they are retarded for this one. Look. The problem lies with the original resin or energy system. The thing is, the energy system from the beginning was incorporated so that you wouldn't get too addicted to the game. So they put up a literal border for two reasons. One, so that you can actually go outside and touch some grass. Yes, shout out Mudahar, touch grass, okay? They don't want you to be incels locked in a cage in front of a fucking PC monitor forever, okay? The second reason they actually incorporated this was, yes, to make items and whatnot more scarce, but also so you can progress in a more linear fashion. This is facts, okay? This is facts. But that doesn't make the fucking game more grindy than it originally was designed to be. Is Genshin Impact actually good? Genshin Impact is a free-to-play... If you can resist opening your wallet, the exploration and combat game... How dare you compare it to... How dare you? How dare you? But like many free-to-play games, it's good at getting you to spend money. Good. Good. Somebody said it. Okay. Good. It's gotcha. Shut up. Either way, one of the core points that is always discussed about free-to-play games is it actually free-to-play? Genshin Impact, according to almost every single one, is not really free-to-play. Not really. You can play it, it's a solo game most of the time, and it's actually good in a sense because it's not a multiplayer game except for the fact that you can co-op, right? So if you're co-oping with a friend, most of the time they don't give a shit if you're underleveled, if you have bad gear or whatnot, right? You're gonna get carried either way. If your friend is a whale who spends 10,000 a month on this shitty ass game, okay, it's not a shitty ass game, but in this so-called free-to-play game, it's gonna be fine. They're gonna carry you in every respect. You have some trouble beating a boss? Ah, no problem. Big boy whales coming to the rescue, right? That's all good, right? Of course, let's move on, shall we? Okay, I'm gonna win this. Oyakodon. How about that? No way! As you can see from this amazing experience, it's also one of the main core points for this video. Having fun and not being like stopped in the middle of your progression rate or anything. That's the point. And Tower of Fantasy has done a great fucking job in like incorporating as many different ways that you can get like different pulls, like in comparison to the Genshin wishing system, right? There's exploration nodes everywhere, every fucking where. This clip just shows a minuscule amount that you can get in the like starting area. And when it comes to chests, every fucking single chest is visible no matter how fucking cryptic it is. So why am I actually taking up these exploration points and fucking chests or supply pods? Well, the thing is, there's a bazillion amount of exploration points that you can get, and all of them work for one single goal, to get pulls, right? And the freaking chests, they're like, not the triangle chest, but the supply pods, they're shown on the fucking map. They're shown on the map, no matter where you look, so you know the amount that you can find, right? And this is in every single area. So you are never gonna miss anything in this game, no matter how cryptic it is, and it's always gonna allow you to ignore the fact of min-maxing in gacha games, right? In ToF, there is no real min-maxing. There are literally a bazillion different ascension materials that you need to like think about even before you start a free-to-play character, and you need to save up this shit, dude. Like in Genshin, it's insanity. I've seen thousands upon thousands of guides that say, do this, how to have the best character, or how to not spend money, biggest mistake you'll ever do, blah 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 blah. Look, black crystals is basically the main currency in Tower of Fantasy. Everything else, like gold nucleus and everything, like purple nucleus, red nucleus, you can get that in-game for free. You have no reason to mid-max anything. Oh, where can I get them? Oh, you can get it by being in a guild. You can go through the whole freaking terminal, okay? The whole terminal. Every single little thing, like killing a boss outside of like your real exploration, counts towards black crystals. Or maybe you just like exploring. Oh, well, you're gonna get a lot of black crystals just from exploring, doing side missions. Or maybe even just picking up a like perspective view thing that you're out in the wild and you like see, oh, what a cute like view. Oh, look, there's a like viewpoint that you can collect here. Oh, free freaking black crystals. Oh, look at this. Oh, wait, that's a mount. Oh my god. Oh, look, what's that up there? Oh, it's free black crystals that I can use for everything from pulling up to everything else in the game. Look, it's the same freaking system like in every other gacha game. You press wish, you press pull, and you get the shit, right? And the black crystals, they allow you to get even more of that action. Just look at this, dude. Look! And you might be asking, oh, what if I don't get what I need? Well, the thing is, there's so many different ways that you can get what you actually need. You can get it from like the boxes that you can pay with black crystals, right? But even if you don't get the stuff that you need from that, you get special currency, okay? Special freaking currency from pulling. That means you've used up all of your black crystals, and in the end, you still win. You still get the shit that you need because you can pick it out. There's a maximum limit, sure, but you still get it. But one defining factor that is so much better than in Genshin is that you get materials for ascension through everything, like world bosses, just picking up stuff off the ground, oh, no problem. Or maybe you see some different kind of chest that is like triangularly shaped. Well, guess what? You get free freaking XP, and I just need to say there is a potential to be pay to win here, but I'll get to that later. But you still get materials and XP from this shit. It's insane. And even if you wouldn't get materials that are needed for ascension, oh, okay, look, how do I boost myself? Oh, look at this, from exploring, I can actually boost this when I'm like at a certain level. Oh, what's this? I'm just out in the wild and I see like actual ascension weapon material? Holy shit. There's just so many different ways that you can gather materials, XP, and freaking items from every single thing you do in the game, that Genshin ain't got shit on this game anymore. It's just a fact. I mean, look at this butt, okay? And when you get tired of looking at butts, you can always like drive around in your mount. Just look at it, dude, look. But I do have to be a little bit more fair about one thing, and that thing is, well, one of the main things about these games are the different kinds of goals that you can achieve in the games, right? And the goals of ToF and Genshin are kinda similar, but still very, very much different from each other. In Genshin, it's one big, clear goal from the start. Beat the story and enjoy the experience. What you do afterwards is completely up to you, but it's not set in stone, right? In ToF, however, it's such a huge contrast that I'm just gonna say it's a big fucking gap, where ToF is superior, okay? And ToF also has a clear goal, like Genshin, beat the story, right? But it's also incentivized that you should clear the side quests too, because of their many, many different rewards. What do you do when you beat the story or reach max level? Well, your whole fucking terminal is one big goal, if you like it to be. Your whole exploration percentage is one big goal. Your mounts, that's a big ass goal. Oh wait, did I hear PvP? Yeah, you can literally have that as a goal too. I'm probably missing a lot here because of the many different ways you can have self-appointed goals. And it's incentivized by the developers. For example, they want you to create your own characters. And I've seen so many different anime characters like Uchiha Itachi, okay? So people who play the game just for that freedom will make their own goals. I mean, who knows? Maybe there will be a fashion competition at some point. Look, I know that you can... that some of these side quests can be applied in Genshin as well. For example, the Adventurer's Handbook or just exploring the map. But it's not really incentivized for you to keep on doing it. A lot of side quests are really cryptic. Meanwhile, in Tower of Fantasy, like one of the first real side quests you get, from it you get a reward, which is a blushy blush cosmetic that you can apply at any time. That's such a huge difference because in Genshin all you get is like materials. You get like either XP boost, you get either free pulls, or maybe you just get some ascension materials. Now look, I get it. Both of the games don't reward you with something amazing, okay? Some of the games can reward you with something cool, but never something amazing like the freaking whole world just starting to dance, like right? But to be fair, some players in Genshin have done incredible stuff for the actual game, right? And I wish the developers wanted to do something like this, but they never do. They will never ever do it. However, in some contrast, now that I think about it, I only need one single dance in Tower of Fantasy, and it's this one.
Yes. Bus 2. Oh! I use my technique. I fight you.
So on a more serious note, let's move on to the last core point, or core aspect, or whatever we're gonna call it. And it's about the different arguments ToF versus Genshin, right? And the first argument people are still making, which I think is just pure insanity at this point, some people won't even try the fucking game. Why? I don't fucking know, but the nonsense they spew is retarded.
Genshin is better game because it's very pretty.
Okay, good for you. Visually, it might be more appealing to you than ToF, but Tower of Fantasy has different visual screen options that you can use in order to make it more appealing to you. Or, if you have some sort of health impairment or whatever, it can also be a health option.
Get wrecked, Genshin. Fuck you.
Another argument within this crap is that, like, they say I can't make the transition, my community wants me to play Genshin, not ToF, I just don't have the time to make the transition. I get that. That's completely up to you. It's better than, oh my god, this game's so pretty. My second argument that people are making when it comes to ToF versus Genshin is that the story is better in Genshin. And honestly, I wish I could give you a better response to this, but it's a very, very, very subjective one. I do agree that the story was more captivating and very cinematically done, but honestly, I only paid attention to it because I remember being forced. I might be wrong, but I couldn't skip anything back in Genshin, and I hated that. Look, I'm the kind of player who is either like hardcore, hard to the bone, Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Bloodborne, Elden Ring, or the kind of player who's herp derp derp. And this narrative didn't fit me at all. In ToF, however, I loved it, and I had no fucking clue what was going on in the story. The only fucking time I watched the cinematics was because there was a titties, sexy legs, big botox, or a giant ass fucking explosion. I to this day have no fucking clue what the fuck the story is about. You don't need to be forced to watch cinematics in order to enjoy it. But these two arguments have nothing on the third one, alright? And the third one is really controversial and not that popular, but it's still 1/3 of the whole audience, alright? So the third argument people are making in ToF versus Genshin is that Genshin isn't very friendly to religious people and some ethnic people. I'll be more specific and say that I mean the story in general here is not friendly to monotheistic religions and cultures, but it's not something they explicitly state, so they don't put it up in your face, right? I get it, some people might be like, the fuck you talking about? Genshin is a super friendly. And you're kinda right, but you're also really kinda blind. Hear me out. Like I said, it's nothing explicitly stated, it's not up in your face, they don't say like, oh, this religion is bad, oh. The whole storyline in Genshin revolves around a philosophical idea and a religious theme, alright? The way this religion and idea is depicted is that it brings up several meanings in different modalities. A modality is a way you state something, a way you're trying to bring meaning through either your voice, text, or like spatial surroundings, or even colors, all right? There's a lot of different modalities for bringing up meaning. And in Genshin, linguistically, visually, spatially, and its audio, the gestures, and pretty much every other way you can communicate some sort of multimodal meaning is framed in such a way that the protagonist and the characters who live with this religious view or in this idea are superior to the other side. This is very important in many fucking ways. And I don't care who you are, but there is no way in hell somebody with a higher degree in language, linguistics, and advanced knowledge in post-colonial theory will be able to ignore this. There's just no fucking way. What I stated before was a minimalized version of how the narrative works in Genshin. And if you still don't understand what I'm talking about, let me paint you a generalized picture. The good guys believe in many gods, who are both divine but also humane. They are immortal but also mortal. Aside from that, there are other divine beings implemented because of different actions, either through a mistake or a contradiction, or via a deliberate action by these gods. The other side consists of enemies. Now, both of the antagonists of the main story are polytheistic. It's basically just flipped upside down, alright? Fatui, and I believe the other one is called the Abyss Order. However, there is one sort of enemy which most people forget about, the Hilichurl. Yes, I know. Technically, they are part of the Abyss Order because they are technically the same people and whatnot, but they are not depicted as the Abyss Order in a visually nor spatially appealing modus. So let me sum up some things about the Hilichurls. They are black, brownish, or gray. They are technically humanoid individuals which are turned into monsters. So monsters are depicted as black, brownish, or gray. But what about the elementals? And okay. Moving on. There are 3 explicit tribes in Genshin. The Sleeper tribe, a tribe of lazy Hilichurls that take any opportunities to sleep. They make beds out of animal leather, which are very soft according to Paimon. The Meaty tribe, a tribe of Hilichurls who build huge altars to pray for meat they can eat, usually making sacrifices on a daily basis. And the Eclipse tribe, a tribe of Hilichurls obsessed with drawing eclipse symbols. Nobody except the Dada Samachurl knows exactly why eclipses are so revered with the tribe. According to a lot of official trivia and lore, it's explicitly stated that they do not worship anything, but that is complete bullshit to what is actually depicted and implied in the game. So that's complete fucking bullshit. They basically worship the elements, but they don't recognize the archons or whatever the fuck they're called as their gods. So you could say they worship the wind and not the idol behind the wind, right? But I'm gonna take it a step further and say that they worship nature as a whole and not just one single element. It's borderline speculative here, but the only thing that makes my statement more firm is that the Hilichurl are prone to live together no matter what tribe, affiliation, or worship they have to. So this means that the elements that each individual is praying to doesn't really matter. It's like branches, right? For example, one guy can pray to water, one guy can pray to wind, and all in all they can still live together and love each other. They're still the same kind of like people, culturally and ethnically. Yet in a religious way, it's just different branches of the same thing. If you're gonna like look at it at a different perspective, look at Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, right? Most people are okay with saying that we're still praying to the same Almighty God, just that we have different religious branches, right? So before we move on, I want to specifically say that even if you take in account to what I'm about to say, there is also a different theory around this except for the one that I'm about to state. And honestly, I'm fine with both of these because both of them state that the Hilichurl are the other, right? The other theory is about the central piece being African heritage, but I prefer the theory I'm going with because of the tribe indications, and I also do not want to discard the possible Creole and Caribbean indications that might exist in the game about the Hilichurl. So, if we can understand it as them praying to one thing, compared to the other parties in the game praying to a lot of different gods, what does that mean? Well, as a Muslim, I'm 100% sure that the Eclipse tribe is a hidden Semil in plain sight. They are basically the Muslims of the game. Why am I convinced of this? Well, number one, the skin color indicates they are not white, nor do they have a similar skin color as the mainland. Number two, their religious and spirituality points them to worshipping nature as a whole, as one being, but they have a specialized view of it. So, branches of the central point. We kind of said that before. And number three, the eclipse represents two things in the story. Number one, it is a symbol to the main story where the Hilichurl and the Abyss Order are given in plain sight to the actual storyline. If you have played Genshin, then you will know that the Abyss Order is the reverse of the main game. And number two in this, it also represents a moon overtaking a sun, which is literally an eclipse, right? However, in all monotheistic religions, there is only one that is widely known for having a moon representing their religious beliefs: Islam. Whoa. You made a lot of jumps there. Holy shit. Why are you jumping so much? Well, the thing is, look, we've already stated from a post-colonial, critical standpoint, we've analyzed the whole thing, and the only one that fits into this narrative is Islam, right? Like, the other ones are probably other cultures and ethnicities and religions. We've already seen that the meat tribe pray for meat. So there's probably some indication to where they have taken their what's it called? Inspiration. Yes, that's the name. So jumping from believing that the Hilichurl represents Islam in one way or another isn't that much of a leap when you consider that their religious belief is probably monotheistic. Furthermore, we already stated that all the Hilichurl have probably a monotheistic view. You remember that? They pray to elements, yet they can live together. So it's like branches of the same thing, but they're kind of praying to the same thing. Isn't it? Isn't it? Come on. That's monotheistic belief. Right there. Right there. They don't even believe in the idols, like the freaking archons. Okay? That's literally idol worshipping. They just simply believe in nature, an abstract, as their belief system for an almighty being, or almighty sentient whatever, right? And yes, it sounds like a big controversy and like a big conspiracy, but it's not really like that. So look, the company as a whole does not have to be racist or sexist or even have anything against monotheism. It could all be just an accident, but there are too many circumstances to imply it being accidental. Why would the developers spend so much time on the Hilichurl? Enough to have them in the main quest and the side quests, and even have an in-game book, right? 4 volumes of Genshin Impact's in-game book called Hilichurl Cultural Customs. So why would they do that if the Hilichurl do not have a function? Well, their function is quite clear if you have some advanced knowledge in post-colonial theory. The Hilichurl are quite simply the other in the game. They have been forced into a diaspora, a journey they did not want to take, a long journey, where their only goal is a journey to find a way to die, to freaking die, or reclaim their kingdom. Their intelligence is always questioned, even if they're able to weaponize, form cultural diversity, have religious beliefs, even though the freaking trivia and lore go against everything the game has, express ways of their own identity, for example, mask colors and loners who do not want to be in a tribe, and much more. It's just too much of a coincidence in basically all regards, where they symbolize a lesser being, a barbaric being, and a heathen being. Look, I don't know about the other tribes, and I would like to challenge you to figure those ones out, alright? Well, this particularly, like, main point, critical point, whatever you want to call it, this aspect, is my reason for never ever playing Genshin ever fucking again, right? And I like the game. It's just, I need the company to actually explicitly state, no, we did not want to do that, and then actually come out with what the actual function of the Hilichurl is, right? The Hilichurl is the most extreme reason for me, and this is coming from somebody who is alright with playing games that have violence, drugs, sex, gambling systems, and whatnot, but I draw the line at the actual game giving my religious beliefs a big middle finger in plain sight. And to be fair, if somebody said fuck your ethnicity or fuck your skin color, I would do the same as well and delete the game instantly, right? So they probably should come out with this. Like, it's a little bit stupid, and people might question me about this. However, I am not the only one thinking this. There's a huge amount of Reddit posts about this, 4chan, Twitter, Facebook. Like, a lot of social medias used to cover this a way back, and then it just died out. And the freaking company never came out with any explicit statement about it. So I think that's fucked up. But yeah, to summarize it, ToF is the more economically stable one for players and more viable free-to-play game because of how many ways and just the pure amount of free ways you can play. Free ways, alright? Complete and interact in the game. ToF is also objectively better in most ways for the casual gamer, but also for the hardcore gamer, and I like that. It's even better for the content creator. I'm talking about fucking everything from hentai, alright, all the way up to super whitelisted stuff. And on a subjective level, so my own feelings, I can't speak for you, but I think the spectrum of who would like the game is substantially bigger, considering ToF isn't based on ethnical differences and religious beliefs, and it allows more aspects to let the player be inclusive. Now, I do want to mention something. I do believe that ToF goes out of evolutionary philosophical viewpoint. However, they never ever make fun of anybody not believing so. So even flat earthers can play this game and feel happy, while in Genshin, people who have an ethnicity are brown, black, or gray will always feel like, what the fuck is up with this game? As soon as they see the Hilichurl and they learn about the Hilichurl, alright? It's so fucking easy to pick up that anybody could see this.
But Snorben, please, no, what about the triangle chest? What about the pulling? Oh, no, please, no.
Look, so I covered about the triangle chest. There's a potential to being pay to win there, because it gives you free XP if you have the chipset. So in the future there might be a pay to win aspect to it. And if you look back to problem number 1 about microtransactions, both games can be pay to win at the highest level. However, in Tower of Fantasy, that level, like the gap between pay to win and free player, is substantially better and smaller compared to Genshin. Okay, that's the whole freaking critical point that I'm making. In Genshin, every time you play as a free-to-play player, you feel useless, you feel like poo-poo, while in freaking ToF, you feel like you're making a difference here. You can do stuff. You can go everything from a damage dealer, support, tank, or whatever, while seeing titties. Meanwhile, in Genshin, you're being useless and you get to see titties. It's like cucking yourself, basically. But yeah, those are my central points of ToF versus Genshin. I know that the Hilichurl part was massive, but it hit close to my heart, alright? So please be understanding about that one, and love and peace to all religions and whatnot. If you liked the video, I'd love it if you press like or if you subscribe. And if you want to see more, I'd be thankful if you check out my stream or you comment down below if you want to see different like content about different games. I would love it. Or just comment down below so I can see what you think about the whole thing. So yeah, thank you for watching.